Africa, it is said the youth are the biggest constituents, making the bulk of the people. Well, the youth also suffer greatest from unemployment, lack of a source of livelihood. The youth have also been castigated when it comes to crime and have been used to perpetrate violence in different parts of this continent. But this very same African youth are trying to come up with solutions to try and solve that. And one of the ways they're trying to do it is through having an annual assembly that is called the African Youth Assembly. And joining me now is Rachel Macua, who's the Executive Director of Transforming Generations, speaking to us about this assembly. Rachel, you talk about the youth solving youth problems. As an assembly, I understand this is the second year you're running.
Yes.
What are some of the issues that are on top of the agenda, as some of the things that you look for solutions as young people?
Okay, top of the agenda, this assembly, according to our theme, Africa Rising, the role of entrepreneurship and technology in leveraging youth contributions.
Right.
So this year we're focusing towards technology and technopreneurship, towards more solutions for African problems.
Right.
Yeah.
When you say young people or youth solving their own problems, what exactly do you mean?
When I talk of young people solving their own problems, I'm referring to the youth, common wananchi.
Right.
Constitutionally, under the age of 35 in Kenya, according to the UN, under the age of 29.
Right.
Yes, that is our biggest constituency,
Right.
and that is our focus group.
Right. If we were to talk about employment, for example, a lot of the young people don't own businesses, so they cannot quite employ them. What are some of the solutions you're proposing as an assembly, or probably even from the past one that you had regarding the issue of unemployment?
If I would go to the inaugural assembly, we came up with the problems that we thought were affecting the African youth.
Right.
And some of the things we brainstormed on, some of the solutions came out strong included agriculture. The youth engagement in agriculture, the profit margins are there, the infrastructure is there in Kenya. And this year, we've also invited other youth groups and national councils from other countries.
Right.
And as Kenyan youth, I think we are gonna be having the biggest opportunity, because we have a workshop with the Youth Enterprise and Development Fund. And as we said, entrepreneurship, this is an opportunity for the young man. And Kenya is actually among the top African countries that are really prioritizing the youth.
Right. The assembly, from what I gather, happens is a continental meeting.
Yes.
In your view, are the youth problem across Africa the same, or do we have unique problems for Kenyan youth?
African problems, I would like to believe, are similar.
Right.
The reason we came up with the African Youth Assembly as opposed to the International Youth Council, which is the youth body seated within the UN, is because we came to the realization that when we go for the General Assembly and we sit together with the International Youth Council, most of the times the problems they're mentioning are more westernized. And we came up with the African Youth Assembly to place emphasis on the African problems.
Right. Rachel, you've also been involved in a lot of youth work across the country, case in point, Transforming Generations. Talk to us a little bit of what you do and how probably this will be building synergy even as you meet with other youth at the African Youth Assembly.
Transforming Generations is a youth non-governmental organization run by the youth. Everyone in the organization is under the age of 35 years old.
Right.
We focus mainly on youth development, youth empowerment, and youth development. Development, we start with engaging your brain, engaging your mindset, and then we empower you physically, tangibly with resources, and we partner with institutions within the country and also the private sector to promote our views and our goals.
Right.
So this assembly is also a step forward as we are going and expanding the horizons, meeting new people, we can sit on a table and constitutionalize the problems of African youth and how to solve them. And even sometimes we meet potential sponsors and donors.
Do you have a lot of challenges pitching some of these ideas that are coming from young people to potential donors, as you say?
The problem was there, but I must applaud the new constitution, and I must applaud the 30% by the government of Kenya. That has really been a focal point. Now the youth have something they can fall back to. There's something I can refer the youth to. I just not now take them through empowerment without having something for them.
Right.
And I must also applaud the Youth Enterprise Development Fund, with the new chair and the CEO, Bruce Odhiambo and Catherine Omuye. They have been of great support to this organization, and each and every time when we develop the youth, they're ready to take up to the next step.
Right.
And it has been transformative, as the name suggests.
Right, finally, as we wind up, chance for a free ad. Give us the dates. Well, when is this happening, the National Youth Assembly? Who can come and what you intend to achieve?
The second annual African Youth Assembly is next week, between the 27th of July to the 1st of August. It will be held in Santon, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Right.
And any youth is actually welcome to attend, and with special emphasis, the Assembly Committee is taking care of the visa process in partnership.
Yes, because we've been having a lot of trouble trying to go to South Africa, or South Africans coming here.
Yeah, we have actually been dealing with that, and the Assembly is in good relations.
Right.
Good referrals. We have the UN, the World Bank also with us, so we have good relations with.
For bodies like the UN, the representatives, the African Development Bank, investors out there who may be watching this thing and watching this the gathering as it happens next week, what is this key message that you want to pass to them?
The key message that we want to pass to them is that Africa has risen, and right now we are also at a point of entrepreneurship and development. We have the biggest entrepreneurial and technological solutions coming from the African youth. It's no longer a Western theory or a Western idea. The African youth are up to the task now.
Right.
Yes.
They can make it.
They can make it.
It's somewhere they can put their money.
They are doing it.
Great. That's a good place to wind it up. I've been speaking to Rachel Macua, who's the Executive Director of Transforming Generations, but also part of the brains behind the African Youth Assembly. It is having the second meeting this time in Johannesburg, and all they try to do is seek African solutions for African problems. Edith.